Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Lord, for a new day to trade. It's not financial advice, educational purposes only. It is 7 o'clock, so I am looking to see if there's any new pops. The only thing that seemed like it was really moving earlier was CNEY, but I'm on the lookout to see if there's any more pops this morning. So hope everyone had a good weekend. Let me know if y'all see anything, but as of right now, I'm not seeing much. CNEY is what I have pulled up, but there's a lot of red flags on this one. Um, I might play it. I was talking about it in the Discord. If it gets up to like 290, um, if it gets like to this 200 level, I might play it all the way up to 3 because it has a previous spike to about 295. The 200 SMA is 290 and probably play it up to 3 and then just cut because this is not one you want to just average up on. Small float, Chinese, green on AskEdgar. It's making a trend up. CALA is popping right now. Wow, it's ripping. I'm gonna play it right here. So I need to probably look and see what the news is, but got me a little starter here. Red on AskEdgar, looking like about a 7 million float. Enters into 6 million security purchase agreement with investor. Entered a 6 million security purchase agreement with investor on December 1st, receiving 1.8 million at the first closing and issuing non-voting convertibles. Okay, so it's a security purchase agreement. So I'm gonna play it. Here we go. Let's see if it flushes a little bit more. But I'm in it. My average is 127. I added at 129 and 135. I don't think that got filled. No, it didn't get filled. So let's see. Not in super heavy, just 2,000 shares. So I want to see a little bit more of a flush. But now that we're in the teens, I'll probably start trimming here soon. Your call is there we go. It's pushing up. So my 135 just got filled. But anyways, yeah, this one's kind of been running for a few days, so this might be considered a, let's see, yeah, multi-day runner at this point. So, but this is an extended move. I'll play it. The news is decent though. Breaking new highs. Let's see if it holds. I had an order waiting at 139, but I don't think it. No, it didn't get filled. Money rotation, probably. Yeah, it just died off. Wow, nice flush. This one might keep pushing though. So if it does, let's see what the daily looks like. A lot of congestion in this area it's currently in. But just an absolute trash company. What are your thoughts on SMX? So SMX is like, this is how short sellers get blown up. So I'm not interested in it. There's just everything to hate about this ticker. It's already ran to 75 from $5. Um, extremely tiny float. So yeah, like it's, could you play it and make money and it'll probably flush at some point? Absolutely. But like the SMX tickers are the ones that take short sellers out of the game. So it's far from my top priority. But I'll look at it more here. I want to keep an eye on this one since this 140 level, if it breaks and holds this, I might start trimming out of my position some because it might keep running. So I want to see if it closes over this level. If it does, I might start, instead of adding to it, I'm actually going to do the opposite. I'm going to make my size a little bit smaller because this one seems to have some momentum now. But yeah, SMX, yeah, but with this tiny float and how it's been squeezing, like there'll be a first red day opportunity for it at some point, but man, like this one's scary. So I'd rather chase other tickers. Yeah, CALA is not going my way, so but there'll be some money rotation here shortly, so. But the news is decent, so we'll see, but it's a trash company. And they really didn't get that much capital. What was it? Guaranteed what, 6 million, and then they're receiving 1.8 at the first closing, so it's not like it's a significant amount of money. So I'll keep playing it. I got my next average. I ended up not, I'm in 2,500 shares. I didn't close above 140. I got my next entry at 149, but if it does break 150, I might start just trimming out of it. Said 140, I take it back. I want to add one more at 150 since that can be like a psychological level too, the 50 cents. So see if it has momentum to break past that. But if it does break past 150 and hold, I will be trimming out because then I'll be red too much in this position. It looks like nothing else is really moving. Kind of scanning the charts, don't really see much. Yeah, that flush on CNEY, like this is disgusting. Look at this. Wow. And again, that's when the market gets hot again, a little warmer, these are the plays, the money rotation plays, not the shiny new one that's, bouncing like this. I mean, even in this market, the money rotation's been working because, like, look at this, just died off. So that's where my attention should have been. But this ticker has way more red flags than CALA. But just chilling. If it gets over 150, I'll start trimming out some of my size. And maybe add back at like 170 or something. Not really how I wanted to start today, but all good. Some decent size on the ask from like 145 to one. Again, y'all know don't look at level 2, but I can see the size of the ask. 145 to 149. There's some pretty good size orders. So that doesn't mean it's not going to bust through it, but it's got to fight through a decent amount of shares. So let's see. It wants to, though. I mean, it's fighting. Now I'm up to 3,000 shares on this one now. That's why if it breaks 150, I'm going to have to start trimming out some. But I'm getting close to break even now. If it flushes back to VWAP, I might trim out 1,000 because that's where my average is now, 135. 136 actually. With that last ad, got it up to one. QTTB. There we go. Maybe something else is still attention. QTTB. Ooh. 6 million float. Decent float on this one. Kind of in no man's land right here. So I want to see it maybe push a little bit more because I don't really see any obvious level to enter. And y'all know as I kind of develop as a trader, I kind of entered less blindly. I like for it to be more at a level I think it might struggle with, but I want to see it get up to maybe a little bit higher, 370 to 4. Did it still? Yes, money rotation. We flushing. QTTB. So I'm out of 2,000 shares now. So I got unfortunately, I got out of 1,000 at break even at 135. And then I got out just now another 1,000 at 129. So I'm still holding 1,000. Not gonna make that much on it for how many shares I had, but I'll hold on to the rest of these and just see if it flushes. But thank you, Lord, for QTTB. So let's do some research on this one, see if there's something I want to play. We're back up to that 370 level. Got me some fillers here at 370. I don't know anything about this company right now, but let's dig in. 6 million flow. Looks pretty green on AskEdgar. Ooh, CALA still flushing. Let's go. So yeah, I got a little started on this one at 370. It says Q32 Bio sells complement inhibitor ADX 097. So they sold phase 2 asset ADX 097, reducing Q. This is 32s. I don't think that must be a typo. Late stage pipeline, majority of 595 million is contingent on developing regulatory commercial milestone. Okay. Well, I'll play it up to like $4. Anyways, CALA is still diving. This news was like okay-ish, so it might not just like go back to where it started. It might try to fight a little bit, but um so I might just hold on to like 500 instead of the whole 1,000. All right, I'm only in 500 now. Got out at 125-ish, or maybe it was 126, but regardless, I'm only in 500 shares. QTTB. If it pushes back to like 4, I might add an entry, 395-ish or something, but yeah, I'll go ahead and set up that one. Because I'm not too concerned about this one ripping too hard. It has 6 million float according to AskEdgar. I'll confirm that with FinViz, but TradeIdeas says 6 as well. So I think it's not have to worry about this one running against me too hard. There we go. CALA still flushing. Gosh, I love money rotation. So I'm confirming the float on FinViz. So it says it's a little bit smaller at 4.5. Institutional ownership is kind of on the high side, though. It does say 62%. It's a little bit higher than I prefer, but looking for the perfect ticker is difficult at times. So just be aware there is some decent institutional ownership with this one. And that can lead to manipulation and kind of pushing these tickers where they want them. I'm only in 500 shares. I got it at 370. I wish I was in a little heavier, but um, yeah, and it's mostly green on AskEdgar. So this is far from just like a complete trash company. Just be aware of it. So pretty extended move, I think. Because like if you pay attention to that 592 million, that sounds like a lot in total milestones. Um, but they received 12 million up front, 7 million at signing, 3 million at 6 months, and 2 million by end of 2026 upon an early milestone. So the majority of the 592 million is contingent on development, regulatory, and commercial milestones. And with these biotech companies, they rarely hit these milestones. So, but again, it's decent news. But I got my three. Okay, I'm in pretty heavy now. Well, not heavy, but 1,000 shares. So I'm gonna trim some on this little flush back down, get my size back down because I had an order waiting at 390, 396, 395, something like that. So I'm in 1,000 shares, and since the news is decent, I'm gonna just get back down to 500 shares. So made a little bit on that little flush, but more just to get my size down and get my average up. So my average is now 387. And the reason I got my size down, even though I'm far from big in this position, is I don't love this play. I'll play it, but it's a green company, high institutional ownership, decent news. So I'm gonna play it, but it's not like I think this is a home run. Okay, I'm looking at the comments. Oh yeah, I haven't been really looking at. We're saying a lot of the same things. It looks like, yeah. Golden Pin said bullish news on QTTB. I think it's pretty bullish. Yes. CJ high institutional ownership. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all. Should have looked here before I was digging. So if it holds over 4, I might just cut because I'm only in 500 shares. It wouldn't be that big since there are some red flags with this one. And then maybe play it money rotation. If I really feel like I need to play it. So now that we're back at 409, trimmed out a couple hundred here, so I'm only in 300 shares. So I'll take just a tiny loss on, well, it might be break even, honestly, because I took the profit on that last flush. But the point is, I'm going to not let this one get out of hand. I'm going to get out of it. I'm tempted, with these last 300, I might wait to see if it closes above 4. Because I like to wait for the 5-minute candle to close. And since I'm not in a big position, even if it pushes against me, I'm not sweating it too much. So let me see what the next 40 seconds does. And then I'm gonna look and see what CALA is doing. So in the next 12 seconds, when this candle closes, if it closes above 4, I'm just gonna get out of the position. All right, I'm just gonna get out of it. It's not letting me get completely out of it. I'm not sure what it's, I must have an open buy or something. Or why does it not let me close it? There we go. Actually worked out in my favor though, because now it's cheaper. But Anyways, so CALA, still holding on to this one. Now QTTB back at 4, but let's see if there's something new that comes out at 7:30. CALA made its next leg down. Y'all know I have a hard time holding, so I'm probably going to get out here at the 9. All right, I'm out. So CALA, solid play, money rotation for the win. BTC got rug pulled. It was at 91K, now 86. I really haven't even looked at my crypto profile in a little bit. I didn't look all weekend, at least. Oh yeah, it did. What was that about? I actually get excited when Bitcoin dips, because I just add more to it. And again, I'm not a big crypto bro, but I just like dollar cost averaging into it. It's been fruitful so far. Sub 20K. But yeah, and I don't even really go heavier when it dips like this. I just like, I have me on, I've talked about it on here, like with my profits, I have like a little spreadsheet, like a certain percent goes to of my gains goes to Bitcoin. So DYAI, 27 million float, so it's got a big old float on it. According to Trade Ideas. Ooh, this nice little pump. Trying to get my locates. I did. So I'm in it. Took my little, my typical stab while I wait and do some due diligence. So 135, 129 looks like some significant levels. It's above the 200, so I'll play it up till there. And that's where it went to, 129. So I'm in it. Not heavy. Oh, it's flushing though. Let's go. Ended up getting a pretty good average, 124. It was more just luck though. When I finally got locates, that's where the price was at, so I entered. Recover from that flush. I'm trying to get set up because I want to add another 1,000 shares at 129. Is QTTB getting distracted now? Yep, of course. I'm focused on the new shiny thing, and QTTB is now flushing, but that's all good. Let's see. So, okay, cool. I got my position set up at 129 if it gets back up there. So let's look and see what DYAI, what's the story with it? 27 million float, 34 million market cap. Overall offering risk medium. DYAI. Dydic and Brig Bioscience Development and Commercialization Agreement to bring animal-free bovine alpha whatever to global nutrition markets. Okay, whatever. Nice flush on this one. Let's go. Let's go. I'm out. Y'all know I have a hard time holding. I got out at 110. So played it from 124 to 110. Nothing crazy. because I was only in 1,000 shares, so made 140 bucks on it. Nothing crazy. I was hoping it would push back up to 129 so I could add a little more size, but I'll take it. Look at CALA dying. But see how, and again, if you're new, if you're not new, y'all probably heard me say this 1,000 times, but the money rotation concept is this right here. We saw it multiple times today already. So when something else pops and gets attention, the play that was previously moving, getting the most attention, will flush. This one probably won't flush back to where it started because decent news, institutional ownership, blah, blah, blah. But if you're stuck in these positions, sometimes you get bailed out, and sometimes I will enter a position whenever I see something else is starting to move in expectations of this. This one, like I said, I don't love that play, QTTB, because there's a few reasons I don't, between the institutional ownership, green on AskEdgar, and decent news. So it's far from a A++ setup, but it still suffered from money rotation as well. So I think it has to do with the Japanese bond market, something with their 2-year bond going over 1%. Yeah, I spent time with my family this weekend since I didn't get to spend Thanksgiving with them, so I didn't do any research on anything. I don't know anything about the macro environment, small caps, nothing. I was curious coming in today with SMX. I wonder if it was going to heat up the market or not. But yeah, I'll catch up. Oh yeah, I think Japan about to raise rates and that's affecting crypto. Got it. Anybody catch DYAI? I wish I would have entered more size on that one. I just didn't want to get in too early, too heavy. Well, they're flushing today. I took a little loss on Q. Well, it might have been break even, honestly. I don't even know if I did take a loss, but regardless, I didn't make money on QTTB. Um, but I wish I would have held on now. Man, that was a nasty flush. The reason I said it might have been break even is because I took, when it went to 9 and flushed back down, I trimmed out. It was a green play, but then I stopped out of the rest up here. So break even, I assume. Maybe small red, I don't know, but regardless, most of these plays have been flushing today. And the reason why I don't know is, guys, I trade mobile. Most of y'all know that, but and on TradeZero mobile, it doesn't show what you made on each play. It just shows your realized. So I'm kind of guessing, or educated guessing, like your total realized on the day. Jelani, I took it 120 to 107, waiting for my last of CALA at 113. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, I'm still interested in DYAI too. If it wants to push back up to, the only order I have now is 129. I'm gonna put another 1,000 at 128, just in case it doesn't fill at 129. And it might not make it back up there. My guess is it doesn't, but if it does, I want a part of it, I want a piece of it. And it's funny, I was speaking to, did Colin say hey? Are you on today, Colin? So I was speaking to him recently about like my December, about how I've changed so much as a trader. Like even QTTB, like last December, I would still be in this. And that's probably why I made a lot more money last year, is because they eventually do fail like this and I would have got out and made money, but much quicker to cut now. But last December, I didn't have that great of a month. I made like 18K on the month. But I took massive losses in December. Like I just don't allow myself to take those anymore. So I cut, like I had a 29K loss, had 11K loss. I think I had a 15K loss, like just massive losses. But I had like 8K days and a bunch of 7K days. So now I trade much more just like much more calculated. It worked in 2024, but December was one of my worst months last year though. So kind of got beat up that month, but it's wild looking at used to have a lot more wider risk. It's a lot more peaceful how I trade these days. Just if it's going against me, just cut and find another play. No, I don't have hotkeys. I trade like a caveman, bro, on my mobile. TradeZero mobile app isn't even that great. It freezes up and stuff. So one day I'll grow up and trade desktop, but that day is not today. Yeah, I don't have any hotkeys. Yeah, no, I think I would only improve Golden Pin if I went to TZ Pro, but yeah, no hotkeys. Yeah, that's it's funny. I haven't really talked about it much, but that's on my 2026. Like, so a lot of y'all know, like, I'm gonna try to get a little bit farther away from my W-2 in 2026 if certain things line up, like, and just focus on trading and like my properties and things like that. So obviously, I want to like grow the community and grow my trading, start sizing up a little bit more again, and a part of that is transitioning to the desktop app. So SGN. I just haven't wanted to do it. So SGN is moving. So is there anything else we could jump in that might flush? No, not really. Okay. SGN. Ooh, that's a nice little move. Dang, all these are in just like random parts of the chart on the daily. Like nothing I really see that's significant at this level, but I might I might try to take a stab. 4 million float. So I got me a little position here on SGN while I do some research, just in case it wants to flush. So SGN, they need a cash. The overall offering risk is low, so they must not have any current availability, but they have a negative cash position right now, so they need some money. This was 49 minutes ago when they released the news, but Signing Day Sports announced his filing of register statement on Form S4 for proposed business combination with one blockchain. Oh, it's crypto news. Oh, it's flushing. Let's go. Let's go. So this is when I take these random stabs, guys. When it works, it's nice. So 1,000 shares from 167 to 153. Again, small size, but small risk as well. So made about a easy 140 on it, but again, not enough size because I don't add size unless it's at like a level I like, and none of these pops have really been, you know, like when I mean a level I like $2 or a previous gap fill or the 200 SMA or things like that. Like when it's these random stabs, like I'm not gonna add size on it. So 1,000 shares, so they've been flushing, but I haven't seen anything to make me want to like add a lot of size. Because like if 180 was a gap fill area and it flushed, I would have added a couple thousand shares there. But since these have just been like random pops and no significant levels, I just taking stabs. But it's worked out today, so. A lot of base hits today. I mean, I haven't had a big winner, but base hit, base hit, base hit. So I'll take it. You only trade small caps, yes. For the, I mean, live streaming. I mean, I have other little strategies, but for day trading, yeah, I only do small caps. How do you get those pivot levels? Indicator name. I'll show you in just a second. Huge order at 180. Okay, so the pivots. It's you gotta it's the very first one, but it's called pivot point standard. Oh, SGN's, oh my gosh, look at SGN 135. I should have held. Boom. I would have could have made a 300 bucks there. So it's called pivot point standard, I believe. And then when you add it, it's called traditional for whatever reason, but it's just the pivot point standard. And then I turn all of them off except for the pink P. I see y'all saying that QTTB is coming back. I'm not super interested in that ticker, guys, if it's surviving all this money rotation. But yeah, so I just click that. That's the only thing I do is this right here. And then on the daily, it'll show the levels. And then on the 5 minute, it shows the levels too. So QTTB pushing back up. I don't know if I really want to play this one anymore. Like it probably will flush, but it survived multiple PRs to distract it, and now it's still pushing back up. It could fail here at $4, but again, high institutional ownership, decent news, and all green on AskEdgar. Do you play what you want to play? But I'm probably gonna sit this one out. Yeah. Well, thanks for CGROH 002. Appreciate you hopping on. Just realized my camera's not on today. Looks like it might fail here at $4. Yeah, we've been getting some decent flushes today, though. Feel like I haven't fully taken advantage of it. Sitting a little north of 500, but again, no big plays. I've been playing them small. Nice flush. Good call, guys. Y'all were, a few of y'all were saying, bringing this one up. TGL pop. Where's this one going? A little bit of a, might be a little bit of a gap fill area here at 87. Got me a little stab here at 81. But again, small size because it's not really at a significant level that I like. Maybe a little gap fill hezzy right here at 87 cents if it gets up there, but nothing I really see dollar I don't know, but I'm in it. Let's see if it flushes. I don't even know what the news is, so let's see what the news is. That's the thing I love about this slow market. I don't have to be worried that there's one random headline that's going to just blow me up, like when it was the crypto treasury days. Getting a little flush here. Treasury Global set for explosive 500% revenue growth in 2026. Yeah, QTTB doesn't want to give up. Boom, new highs.
QTTB.
BG's rich in the comment section if you're still holding. And TTL is diving. Let's go. I'm out. Again, like, man, I wish I would have added size to these positions. They're flushing, but they're just at random like spots on the daily chart that I don't want to add a lot of size if it pushes. Oh my gosh. Death. This thing died. Look at this. This is a beauty. Yeah, J Money. I have it marked on the chart as well. 490, or yours is probably a little more accurate, 488, but the point is I got it drawn up here as well. Yeah, I'm not adding enough size today. The plays are working out. But what I mean by like random areas in the chart, again, if you're new, like if QTTB, let's use this as an example. Like if it got up to like the two, there's got to be a reason for me to add size. I don't just randomly add size these days. Like it's got to be at a level that I think is going to fail, because if I'm adding size, if it goes against me, I want to cut it. So this is a perfect example, QTTB. There's a lot of things I don't like about this one, but with the 200 EMA being at 490, and then $5 is a very significant psychological level. You'll see that in small caps. They struggle to get over $5. They do, but they struggle at this level. So between 490 to 5, I would probably add a decent amount of size, because even if I'm wrong and it breaks 5, I'll just, cut, small loss, whatever. But if it fails, obviously I can make more money. But when it pops in these just like random areas, I'm not going to add size just in case I'm wrong. Where the old me, talking about how I used to trade in December, was quite the opposite. Like I made way more money in 2024 because, like, again, most of these plays do this. Just like DYA, most of the plays do this. Look at TGL, most of the plays do this. But I would also take big losses because occasionally they would keep running. But now I don't want the mental swings like that. It's exhausting, losing 29K and then going to my W2, it's a little bit of a mental toll. So I have adjusted my strategy some, and it's so much more peaceful. I don't make as much, but last month I made almost 40K. The month before that, I think it was 50 or 30. Then the month before that, 50. So I'm like content with my trading strategy now. The reason why I say that too is, again, y'all know it's just me trying to be transparent, but I just notice a lot of new traders want to trade everything, and then they add size at weird times, and you can get away with that with shorting small caps because there's an edge, but eventually you're going to take a decent loss. So I try to be a little more strategic these days. And like SMX, I know it hurt a few shorts. I don't think very many of the shorts in our group got hurt by SMX because we knew to avoid it, but there were some that it hurt. And there's just so many red flags with these type of plays. No, no, it's not. I think it is good. Sorry if I made it sound that way, PR. No, it was a good month, 40. That's what I'm saying though, is like and there was low stress. My biggest loss was like biggest loss was a $2,500 day. So like again, for the new people that might be watching, be like, why didn't you just add a lot of size on these? They're all fading. It's like, well, occasionally they don't. And I know where I struggle when I'm in a big position and they run against me. It's hard for me to grasp the concept psychologically of intentionally taking a big loss. So, like if I added 10,000 shares here and then it just shot up and then I'm immediately down 5K, my initial instinct is to add more and hope that it flushes. And then that's just a recipe for disaster. So now I'll only add size at very like significant levels. So then if I'm wrong, I can cut quick. But yeah, no, I was happy with my month last month. I think it was more closer to like 37, 38. I haven't really looked at it with fees and everything, what my profit was, but somewhere between 38 to 40K. And I was thinking about posting a video about it. I've been wanting to do like monthly recap videos, but I'm always distracted by other crap. But I'm gonna make one for last month because I've gotten a few requests for it. But most of the money didn't come from pre-market though. This past month pre-market has been rough. This has actually been probably one of the more PR pumps we've seen in a while. So that's a good sign. Because most of it I've been having to. So I did have a good month, but I traded a lot last month, a lot. So took a lot of trades and traded a lot of intraday because pre-market's been slow. But we got some plays today. Like I said, I haven't fully taken advantage of it with size, but um, that's all good. Should have listened to you, BG. Going long on this one. When the market gets hot again, I do want to kind of I don't want to change. I'm not going to change my style by any means, but I do a decent job of recognizing which ones to like avoid or which ones might run, but I never can take advantage of it from the long side. So when it gets hot again, I would like to take a few more longs, but I just get mad anxiety when I'm in these long plays. Like y'all think I'm cool, chill, whatever, but when I'm in a long position, I'm stressing. I think it's because I'm just so short biased. I just assume they're always going to just tank and die. You play options at all? No, I don't play options. Not the way that you're thinking. I sell options in a will strategy and it's very lame and not exciting. I assume you're not talking about that. Yeah. Like zero DTE or weekly options or, buying them. No, I don't do that. Had a little run at it, but I wasn't good at it. I wanted to be good at options because you see all the people flexing the 1,000%, 500% whatever gains on their options plays. But I was not good at it. Maybe now it'd be better since I understand the market and how things work, but I think I got it into them too early in my trading career and I just lost money. Yeah, now I play the other side. I let the decay, was it theta? I've been so long. The theta decay work in my benefit now. Because a lot of times, even when I was trading options, I would get the direction right, but the timing was off. So the option, the, the time decay defeated the purpose of it. So, and I would end up losing money. So yeah, I don't know if I'll explore options again. I kind of want to stick with small caps. Maybe I might expand to going long more small caps, like I was saying. I still want to be short bias for sure, but sometimes there's just like obvious, like this one's about to rip. I want to have more confidence in jumping in those when the market gets hot again. BG got out at 450. Nice job, bro. So I think you caught a pretty solid move. Eight o'clock is in 3 minutes, so we'll see if we get some more PR pumps. And if we do, so let's see. This might actually, so if QTTB, I still have locates for it. If it gets a little bit closer to 450, I don't want to take a short here, but if it gets closer to 450, I might take a decent short position right here just to see if money rotates away. Because 8 o'clock, statistically, I did some back testing on this back in the day. 8 o'clock is when the majority of PRs come out. A lot come at 7, 7:30, 8:39, but the majority of them come out at 8 o'clock, especially on a Monday. So there's a good chance we get some distractions here at 8 o'clock. So if this pushes back up to 450, I might get a little position. But this one has survived a lot of money rotation. So like it did take a decent little dip what was it, when KLA popped, but if it pushes up a little bit higher to 450, I might try a little position on it with a very tight stop. But it might flush before then. So okay, now we're getting back close to okay. I'm go ahead and add a few shares here. So I'm in at not at the best average at 440. Oh, let's go. That's just luck, guys. That's oh my gosh. I might close it honestly. I only entered 400. That little position going to be this times 5 figures. It's funny though, because y'all see in the Discord, the people that are in the Discord, intraday I add a lot more size than I do in pre-market because I have time to do research on these plays. Like, I get nervous adding size in pre-market because of the liquidity and because I will jump into a ticker and sometimes miss something very important. I'm still holding on to these shares just in case, and I'll just stop out if it goes over 450. I'm only in a small position.
SGN.
Money rotation. Well, I don't even know if it's money rotation, but it's flushing. Is anything else moving? Are y'all seeing anything?
JFBR.
TGL's grinding up.
LICN.
And if you're new, guys, it kind of trips out at 8 o'clock. The trade ideas. LICN, well, there's no liquidity, so don't pay attention to that one. I got out of QTTB. I think it's about to push back up. I didn't catch that much of a move on it, but the money rotation theory kind of died because I'm not seeing anything moving, so it's probably going to keep pushing up now. Dang it. Dang it.
Lucy.
Is Lucy pumping? I don't see it on my top gainer. A little pump. Oh, TG. Okay. Okay. Wasn't there a level somewhere up here that I like? Yeah, 87. So I might TGL. I might play this one again, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm kind of jumping in a little early. I'm trying to get in at 83 cents. Let's see if I'm quick enough. Yeah, okay, I'm in it. There we go. But I really like it around. So, well, I don't know if I really like it. Do I? Yeah, so I do like this. So this isn't a, I don't know how to describe what this is. It's more just previous resistance. But if it gets, I'll add a decent amount of size at 87. When I mean decent, maybe 2,000-3,000 shares at 87 cents, 88 cents. But if I'm wrong, I might cut. And then if it gets to $1, add more size. Because again, here's some previous support turned resistance or potentially turned resistance. So that's a long ways off. So it probably won't get there. But as of right now, TGL, that was a failed breakout or failed new high, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, QTTB. I'm glad I closed this one because we didn't get that full money rotation I was hoping for. There we go, TGL. Thanks for putting that back on my radar, Golden Pen. Trying to hold it to the 9, so about 72 cents. If it breaks over 76, I might just close it out. Yeah, I'm gonna just close it out. I'm not gonna make that much on it, but just in case it wants to push back up. I think it might try to test 87 at some point. 87 cents or $1. You know what? I'm gonna just hold it. I want to see if it keeps flushing. I'm in. Somehow I got in another short position on QTTP. I'm in the money, so I'm just about to close. I don't know what happened there. I must have had a sit-in order somewhere. Okay, I'm out of it. So now I'm only in TGL. So I'm just gonna see if this one just slowly fades. I don't know. It could keep pushing, but I'm only in 1,000 shares, so. Ooh, QTTB. It's that 450 levels it's struggling with for sure. Is there anything on the chart at 450? Huh, I don't know why it's struggling there. Maybe y'all know, but CALA is trying to push back up, potentially a VWAP play at 129. And that's where the little gap fill area is, so I would potentially play that one. ADXN, is this a new one? Oh, let's go. TGL's flushing. Okay, I'm gonna close this one real quick. Oh my gosh. I'm actually making pretty good on these small positions because they're just dying. Wow. Dang, I hadn't added any size today though. So 80x in. Less than a million float. I'm gonna stay away.
CNEY.
Is this a fake out or is it like, oh, K8? I'm gonna keep an eye on KALA instead of chasing all these random new ones. Okay. Oh, ADX in ended up flushing though. But yeah, I want to see if CALA pushes to. I'm gonna get an entry at 128, 129. I'll add a little bit of size. Maybe when I say a little bit, like maybe a couple thousand. I'm not gonna go too heavy on a VWAP retest just because it's already proved it can get up to 150. So if it gets up to 128, 129, I'll add a couple thousand shares to it. Here we go. Oh no, it didn't get to 128. Please get to 128 before you fell. We might not get it. That might have been just a weak VWAP retest. ADXN just died. Well, it looks like I missed the KALA VWAP retest, which is sad about because I finally found a spot I wanted to add a little size, but all good. Here we go. Let's see if we get to 128. I think I moved mine down to 127. I did. So yeah, I'm in it now after it failed at 127 previously. So I have 1,000 shares at 127. That's which I'm in. I have another 1,000 shares at 128 and another 1,000 shares at 129. The 127 was probably a little early, but I wanted to get filled. And then if it like holds over 130, I'll probably get out because it could potentially push back to a higher day retest at 150. Kind of like this ticker though. KLA. I think this one was pretty trash fundamentally. There we go. Let me see if my 128, 129 gets filled. I'm in 3,000 shares now, so let's see if it fails here. I'm seeing some pretty big orders on the bid though. There we go. Let's get a nasty flush here. Uh-oh. Now it's pushing. We're up to 131. So if it holds above 130, I might just trim out 1,000 shares. So I'm in 3,000. Still not that big of a position, but a little bit bigger than I've been playing. But I'm gonna give it time to play out. Of course, I would love just a quick, clean flush, but this play is far from over, so I'll let it play out. I got a game plan, so. Back to 125. It looks like it's gonna break. Dang. The spot I decided to add size to. So I'm gonna trim out 1,000 here. So I'm only in 2,000 now. Dang, that's frustrating though. SGN. Is it moving again? Hmm. There we go. Come on. Let's get a flush now. Added my 1,000 shares back. I'm such a degenerate. So I added 1,000 back at 130.
QTTB.
So I cut at 132, added back at 130. So I did lose 2 cents on those, but that's all right. There we go. This is, just keep flushing, bro. All right, trimmed a little at 121. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Cool. Still in 1,000, but I already trimmed a couple thousand out. I'm gonna just try to hold these. Let's go. Well, the VWAP retest worked, but it about faked me out, about closed my position. I did close 1,000 at 132 and then added 1,000 back. So I would like to hold this one to like 116 to see if it makes it to the 9. CIIT. CIIT. Well, I like that 50-cent level on it too. Okay, just added 2,000 shares at 50 cents. Okay, so now I'm in it. Now I can look at the chart. So 50 cents is where I'm at. Just added a couple thousand shares. There's a lot of like congestion in this 50 cents to 56 cents area. So let me do some due diligence on it before I add any more size. CIIT. Float 10 million. Looks like overall fundamentally good company. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I only added 2. This is a Chinese ticker, so be careful with this one, guys. This is starting. I'm down 300 bucks on it now. Oh, now only a 90. So I'm gonna, after that move, I'm gonna close some of these. That was crazy. Okay, I'm only in 1,000 now, but that was a wild move. That's a little sketchy Chinese ticker. I'm still in it, but that was crazy. What am I missing with this one for it to do that move? Let's see. So I got another order waiting at 69 if it wants to do that, whatever that was again. So BTC Digital signs MOU with. Okay, so it's a blockchain new. Oh, it's dropping now. That was a crazy move, though. Now I'm in the money. Ain't that wild? So I'm out of this sketchy ticker, but if it wants to get back up to 68, 70 cents, I'll probably play it. It didn't get to 116, it got to 118. I might move it up to my profit at 118. Trying to decide if I just want to hold this one. But anyways, what's CIIT doing? About the same. I don't know. It's only 1,000 shares. I might just hold until I get off the live stream. I'm gonna keep it up. Just see what happens with it. Thing I don't like about it, oh, now it's pushing back up, is it's kind of a multi-day like runner at this point, so I'm not expecting a super clean fade with it. Might have to just scalp this one. It's looking like it wants a round two here. So yeah, the only thing I'm in right now is KALA. And I'll play this one if it gets back up to like 132-ish, 134. It's at 130 now. So I got to order at 132 waiting. I didn't have it waiting though. That's why I didn't get filled just then. It did get up to 132, but I didn't have an order waiting. But if it breaks new highs, I'm just going to get out. And then I'll play the high of day retest. Appreciate you comment, Pre-Fader, in Discord. Yeah, I try to share what I'm seeing, and sometimes you got to settle for base hits because it is tempting to hold some of these tickers, and some of them I do want to start holding a little bit longer. I take profit quick, but the more I look at KALA with it being multi-day runner, there's probably a lot of long still in this one, playing this one, so this one might not fade. This one might actually keep pushing, but I'm gonna get out the next flush to probably 120 at the 9. Could it go back to $1.95? Yeah, there's a good chance, but this will probably be another base hit. I'm already out of the 2,000 shares. I'm still holding on to 1,000, but I'll add another 1,000 at 132, another 1,000 at 134, but I will be very quick to cut if it breaks a new high. Because there's a good chance if it breaks a new high now, it's going to test 150, the high a day. $8.30's 3 minutes away. Maybe we'll get something to steal attention away. QTTB. Yeah, this one's hanging in there. Yeah, I'm definitely not interested in this one now. Like I said, old me would have. Every time I would have got to 450, I probably would have played it. But there's just too many warning signs with this one. I'm not saying it's going to be the runner on the day and go to $10, but this one I don't think is going to be easy money. Let's just say that. From a short side. So if we get back down to 120 or maybe 121, I might get out of this one. I'll decide here shortly. Because deep down I do want to hold it a little bit longer. It proves it can't break through VWAP, but I'm gonna hold since it's 2 minutes till 8:30, just in case there's a flush with money rotation, but I would love to hold it for like a nasty flush to like 106 or something, because it bounced previously at the, what was this, the 920, 50. Yeah, this is a 50, so all right, it's down to 121. Probably not a bad spot to take profit, but I'm going to, since it's 8:30 or 8:29, there might be some PRs that come out. I'm gonna hold on to it to see if it flushes a little more. Because this is basically my runners at this point. I already closed out of 2/3 of the position, so let's see if we get an 8:30 PRs. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Jeez, whew. Bunch of PRs. So maybe one of these will get. I'm seeing some enrollment in phase 3 news. I'm seeing SMX got some more news. Jesus Christ, they've been pumping this thing. Repurchase news. So let's see if anything's moving. Share repurchase news is what I meant. QTTB, like it just busted through the 450 level. AHMA is pushing a little bit here.
HMA.
It looks like about 4 million flow. Oh, this one's pushing. I'm grabbing some locates. Oh my gosh. What is going? Oh, I'm actually probably going to avoid. This thing is sketchy. What is going? Is my float size accurate on this one? Because this is trading like a micro float. I'm in it, but I'm getting out. I made a couple $100 on that, but that was sketchy. What in the world? That was a wild push. Again, these late pops make me nervous. 8:30, I'll still play them, but 8:30, 9 o'clock, you see more of these like scary pushes like that. What was it? It said I had it said it was 4 million float. Oh, Finviz says 1.9 though. I wish I would have held a little bit more, but hope none of y'all got y'all's face ripped off on that one. Yeah, you said it almost wrecked you. Yeah, that was a tough one. I survived it, but I'm glad I didn't jump in that one early. I mean, it died, but that was a crazy push. And that's why I don't add size on the initial stab. Just, I was only in a couple hundred shares for that one. Yeah, I'm not really sure why that pushed like that. Maybe because the float was so small. Let's see. I don't see any institutional ownership. Oh, insider 93%, 93%. And the float is 1.92. So there's not very many shares. That's why I push it like that. KALA still doing its thing. Yeah, that's kind of why I hesitated to enter that one. I kind of waited for it to like top out HMA. Well, I thought I waited for it to top out, but so y'all know I like entering the ones that's shooting up, but if it's like skipping numbers and stuff, I'm not going to jump in that one. So I waited till it got over $10. It got to 12. Then when it fell back below 10, I took a little position here, then got out at 8, but in like high 9s. But that was a sketchy ticker. Best to avoid those if they're like skipping numbers like that. It looks like a newer company too, so there's hard to see much data on it. So we can like look and identify how like to avoid these in the future. Yeah, tiny float. Looks like it's been newly listed. And extremely high insider ownership. Anyways, back to KALA. None of y'all got wrecked on that, did y'all? Luckily, it fell back down so quick. And again, in hot markets, though, I want to be clear. Y'all know I jump in 20, 30% pops these days because that's about all we get. But y'all probably, if you've been around long enough, I used to only get in things that were up 50% plus, because if you get into a ticker like that, when it gets hot, this is not financial advice, educational purposes only, but if you get in the habit of jumping in like teen pops and 20% pops, in hot markets, they can push up to 100% plus pretty quick. So when things heat up, I like to see be a little bit more picky about my entries with the float size, with the how much it's up percentage wise, and look for it to like have already topped out. Like I will take my random stabs. I've done it quite a few times on this live stream, but if it's like skipping numbers
FTEL.
and it's you know, just straight up pushing up and not even giving back any, those are best to avoid, especially when things heat up. FTEL pushing up above $1. Kind of in this random area, but I might take a stab at it. I'm gonna try to get it a little bit closer to 120 if I can. All right, I'm in it. Small size, because I don't know where this one's going. Let me do some research on it. High overall offering risk. Fundamentally, they don't look that great. Float 4 million. Repurchase. This is the one that I said that they had a repurchase. Or I saw some news that there was some share repurchase. So decent news, bullish, but I'm in it. I'm gonna see if it breaks 110. It just did. Okay, I'm gonna get out here because, like I said, it's decent news. So I'm out at 106. Oh, there we go. Complete flush. Played it small, made a little bit of money. And the concept behind 120 here was just because it had a moving average right here. I didn't know where to take a stab, to be honest. The first really beautiful level I see is 190, like right here, 192-ish, where it's wicked down and failed to, like, you know, wick down to 190, bounce back, wick down to 190, bounce back. So outside of that, I'm just gonna play moving averages at that point if there's no clear like other levels. So that's kind of why I got in at 120. Turned out to be a decent morning, just like a bunch of little base hits. Wish I had a big win on here, but that's all right. Nothing is really giving me confidence to add too much size. And the only one I did add a little size, KLA here at VWAP, it's been everything but a clean flush. So I'm still in those 1,000 shares, still have 1,000 waiting at
AHMA.
132 and 134. AHMA? No, I ain't messing with this one anymore. Is it pushing back up?
Memo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with this one, guys. After seeing a move like that, I'm just gonna avoid it. Could it flush? Like, you could probably catch $5 on this move potentially, from $10 to 5, but that move scared me a little bit, I'll be honest. Because I don't know, it's a new company, so I don't know how accurate the FinViz data is, AskEdgar data is, any of that. So this thing could have 100,000 share float for all we know. And MAMO is like breaking new highs. So I'm probably going to avoid this one too. Like, there's nothing on the chart up, you know, up here. So I'll probably avoid this one. If it gets up to $7, maybe I'll play it since it spiked up there and failed previously, but I'm probably going to avoid it. And then also after 8:30, 9 o'clock, y'all have heard me say this a million times if you're a regular, this is usually when I stop live streaming, honestly, is because once they start making new highs after 8:30, 9:30, I just don't have as good of results. Data says my win rate goes down, so, and my profit factor, all that goes down after 8:30, and it goes down significantly after 9. Then it goes back up after market open, so I don't know what it is from like 9 to 9:30, but those runners usually get me sometimes. Well, I know what it is. They don't fade, and there's no money rotation. It's still attention away if it's the one of the newer pops, but oh look, QTTB ended up getting to 490, the 200. It failed too. I don't like this like slow grind action up towards it though. I like the strong moves towards the 200. There's still a good chance. The reason why I drew this, marked this off, is because I did like how it's got to fight past not only the 200, but it's got to fight past $5. So it's going to struggle here, and it might not be a bad short position here, but again, I don't really like the slow grind ups towards these levels. I like the one or two candles and it hits the 200 and then fails. But it still could fail here. They still, even the slow grinders sometimes fail when it gets here, but it's just usually not as clean. And I really like the 200 SMA a little better than the EMA, but they'll fill around the EMA too. Appreciate it, Joey. Yeah, no. Try to share my knowledge on here, guys. I appreciate the likes, the subs, all that. It goes a long ways. And also free trial. I'm about to hop off too, but free trial for the Discord ends today. So if you want to try the Discord, doing a free trial, then I'm gonna go back to no free trial, just because it's logistically a little more complicated. So I'm gonna go back to no trials. But as usual, I don't hide things behind a paywall. If you ask me a question, I'll answer it. But my playbooks, the community, that's the big part. Us talking throughout the day, the tickers we're seeing in the chat. If you're into that, it's be a good time to join the free trial. So I'm still in KLA, and I'm probably going to hop off here soon, but I was hoping it would fade a little more. And it probably will. It's looking like it's going to fail this level, but so I don't have to monitor it when I jump off. I'm probably going to close it here. Didn't make I mean, made decent on this play, but not, I was hoping for a little bit cleaner flush. And it probably will. I'm just not being patient. Okay, now that we're dropping to 121, I might wait. Okay, we're dropping. I'm actually going to wait then, since we're just busted through the... Screw it. I'm going to get out at 121. If it feels. And it just filled. Okay. So I'm not in any positions now. A little over $1,000 on the day. Nothing crazy, but just a bunch of little base hits this morning. But I'm gonna do one more scan before I hop off, see if anything looks interesting. Yeah, look, see, it's probably I missed it. I saw y'all were in the comments mentioning it, but this might have been where it was wanting to go to. Because even traders like Ross and, other people, I've noticed that they'll mention like taking profit or being aware of the 200 EMA. So a lot of people close out their positions in that area, which is good for us. We can enter shorts in those areas. That's a lot of times where the runs end. So this it might have peaked. It might have hit $5 and it's done. And even if it's not completely done, like that's still a decent move. Like even if you catch it, it goes back to VWAP and then it eventually does break over it. You still can play the 5 to 420 or 5 to 440 or whatever. But anyways, FTEL.
FTEL.
Pushing back up. again, once they start breaking new highs after 8:30, my win rate goes down, and this one did break a new high. What's the news on this one again? Oh, the repurchase. Ooh, that's actually decent news. Because that means that the who repurchased it? So the board of directors has approved share repurchase. So, and again, I know some of y'all know this, and you're probably like, why is he explaining it? Not everybody knows this. So if the company is buying back their shares, that's very bullish, because that's them saying that they think that the price of the company or the shares, the value of the company is going to go up in the future. So for investors like us or traders or whatever, we can perceive that as being bullish, because like if they have confidence in the company to buy shares back, that they think it's going to go up. It's kind of like the opposite of a, dilution, where they're dumping shares or whatever. But I don't know the nitty gritty details, nor do I care to dig into this one about the share repurchase, but I might pass on this one. If it gets to 190 though, I'll play it and add some size up there, but that's a long ways off. So could it fail here? Yeah, it looks like it's about to actually, but I'm probably gonna pass on this one, especially since it's getting close to 9 o'clock. And again, it probably will fail. Most of these die, but since there's a chance that it might not, and I'm ready to hop off, I probably will pass on it. But anyways, I will be back here at 7 o'clock tomorrow, and everyone that's in the Discord, I'll see you there.